Alright folks, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog. This is one of those videos, don't make my mistakes, because it'll either cost you money, time, or both. Alright folks, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog. Y'all heard it. I'm actually headed out to Starck's Performance Maintenance. I gotta go pick up some stuff that's still at his shop that I hadn't picked up yet. But that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is for you not to waste your money, not to waste your time by not making my mistakes, because I made a few during this build. Really, we're gonna highlight 4 of them. There's a bunch of other little minor ones we did, but those were easy fixes and not really worthy of talking on a video. But so these are in no particular order, but one could cost you way more money than all the other ones. And I'm going to talk about that one first. This is the one that can cost you the most money and the most time, depending on your situation. So the biggest mistake I made was getting the Granatelli 105mm throttle body and not doing my research on that throttle body before I bought it. And this is another key. Do your research before you buy something. Because if I would have done my research before I bought that throttle body, I wouldn't have bought it. So when I posted some pictures of the car on my Instagram, there was a few people reached out to me and said, hey, you're gonna have problems. Send that Granatelli back, get your money back, because you're gonna have problems. Several people said they've tried 2-3 of those Granatelli throttle bodies and had problems with them all the way through. So if you go back to the track, the very first track video, I think towards the end of the video, I tell you, I get the flashing little red light and check throttle body message, and then wound up getting a code P0222, which is throttle slash position sensor bank B or something like that low. So that's telling you there's something wrong with that throttle body. Now I moved to a Hellcat stock 92mm Hellcat throttle body. No problem whatsoever. No problem whatsoever. And on that throttle body, we went from a 10.3 in pretty bad conditions to a 10.0 in even worse conditions. So if that's not telling you something, me talking to you isn't going to do any good. Proof is in the pudding. Proof is in the pudding. And both those track days were at MIR, and I had no problems hooking up. Track conditions were relatively the same, except for the weather, which the weather was worse when I ran the 10.0, and I wound up with more boost. So you tell me. I don't know, folks. But yeah, me personally, my recommendation, my opinion, do not go with a Granatelli throttle body. You're only going to have problems. All right. So that's an expensive one. Not so expensive, and luckily Mike had one in his spare parts bin, is throttle body adapter. So, and you know, looking back,
this could be a trap.
Holley has it on their website. You're gonna need a throttle body adapter from the GM style bolt pattern that Holley uses to the Mopar
Exit right.
bolt pattern for your throttle body. You gotta have it. And that's, I think they're right around 200 bucks, 150, 200 bucks. But you're definitely gonna need one.
Exit
and
right.
I want to say I put that in the video when we were putting the car together. You got to have that throttle body adapter. So that one's mid-range is expensive, $150, $200. Throttle body one, that's much more expensive. Let's see, the next one we made was, so Dodge's intake air temp sensor is only 1/4. The threads are 1/4. The GM style intake air sensor has the 3/8 inch style threads, which fit into the back of the Holley Hi-Ram. So the Dodges are too small, but the GMs fit. The problem with the GMs though is your PCM's not going to read the temperature correctly. We proved that too. That's in the dyno video. So we had to swap sensors. So that's a $50, $60 $50, $60 mistake just to get the sensor, and then you got to get the 1/4 to 3/8 adapter to put on top of that, and then screw it in the back of the Hi-Ram. So that one's not too bad. That one's not too expensive. Let's see, where was I at? The last one is, so we did the throttle body, the adapter, spark plugs. The last one is spark plugs. This is also in the dyno video. This is just a kind of wrap up conglomeration of all the mistakes. So we purchased E3 spark plugs. Now if you're stock, and I would argue probably limited boost, low boost, you could probably get away with the E3s. But the timing I was running and the boost I was running, the E3s kept blowing out. So we were getting spark blowout, started misfiring at the upper end of the RPM range. So we swapped those out for the go-to ones, NGK Iridiums. I can't remember the part number right off the top of my head, but all you do is look up 57. Hang on, I can get it real quick. Let me get the part number for you real quick. Part number is 2309. So the part number for the spark plugs I'm using, NGK Iridiums, is 2309. And now because I'm running 17, 18, 19 pounds of boost, we gapped them to 0.020 is what we gapped them to, of an inch. So that's the other mistake, spark plugs. And that was a little over $100 mistake. Well, 200 by the time you buy the second set. we'll just say 250. Roughly 250. 1 1/4 for the first set of spark plugs, 1 1/4 for the second set of spark plugs to fill them in. So that's a $250 mistake. We'll call it a mistake. But I thought the E3 plugs would have worked, because everybody talks good about the E3 spark plugs. And if I'm not mistaken, they run them in the drag pack. So I thought they would be good. Well, not so much. But anyway, folks, I just wanted to save you some time, some money, or both by not making the same mistakes I did. We'll be back at the track again this weekend, so another track video coming. We'll be out there with, if weather holds out and it doesn't rain on Saturday, we'll be back at the track. We'll be out there with Incredible Hemi again, and we'll try and get some interviews with him and Calm. But that's gonna do it for this, folks. If you're stopping in for the first time, please check out the rest of the channel. If you like the rest of what's going on with the rest of the channel, do me them few things: like, subscribe, smash the bell, shoot me a comment, share it on your social media. I'll definitely appreciate it. Shake and Bake will definitely appreciate it, because every red penny from YouTube goes right back into Shake and Bake. That's it for this one, folks. Until next time, adios.